guys, Leanne here with another Take 5 art journal challenge for this month. So for those of you that don't know, the Take 5 journal challenge is created by Kyra from Kyra Pace. She asked me and several other ladies to take part in the challenge with her. This is the second month that I'm doing it with the ladies, and I will leave everyone's channels linked below. Of course, we invite you to participate. That's why we create these videos, to inspire you and get you going. You can do the challenge anytime during the month. There's no pressure at all. Please share your challenges with the hashtag Take5Art and tag any of us lovely ladies. That way we can see it and get inspired by what you do. I will leave last month's challenge in a little card up top or linked below, so you can check that out if you would like. But this month's prompts are: use 2 or more stencils, add stickers, add circles, use the color white, and incorporate lips somehow, which is a little bit of a curveball. So let's see what we can do with these prompts. Okay, so usually I don't start many things with a plan, but for this one, because of the lips, I did think about it a little bit before I started. I just pulled out a bunch of stencils that I knew that I liked, so that I could play with those, because I had to use 2 more stencils, and I pulled out some sprays and went with that. But I did know that I was practicing drawing lips, because we get these prompts a month in advance, but I'm last minute and I filmed this like 2 days before it's going out. So, but anyway, so I printed out some cool lips that I found online, because even though I'd been practicing drawing lips, I just was not feeling drawing. And it's okay. It's not cheating. I still used lips. I don't have to draw them. So I took 3 colors to use with my stencils. I picked Lindsay Stamp Gang Starburst in Witch's Potion Purple, Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst in Shabby Turbine Teal, and Tim Holtz Distress Stain in the Rusty Hinge color, which I absolutely love. It's so beautiful. And I just went to town using these 3 stencils, using the reverse side, and just making a background. So my original plan was to use the lips as date labels, kind of, on some journaling spots. So I know that I'm making journaling spots at this point, so I'm just making a background. And this is my Dilutions paint in black marble, because that stencil you can spray through it, but I really wanted it to be able to see the words, and it's just easier to paint through it really quick. Then I'm taking my all-time favorite spray, and this is the Mica spray by Tim Holtz in the Antique Bronze color, which is like Rusty Hinge, but better, and it sparkles. So yeah, I feel like adding some acetate. I wanted a tip-in, so I picked this piece of acetate that's kind of, it's like a square grid, you can't really tell. But I wanted to be able to use the tip-in as a journaling spot. So I took some of my gesso, and I'm just going to put a really, really thin coat over the acetate so that you can still see. Ignore the crash, my dog knocked my mirror over. So, like I said, I'm just adding some gesso to this squared tip-in so that I can journal on it, and you can totally still see through it. It's just enough of a tooth so that I can journal on it. And then I took the gesso, I'm using gesso as my white, and I am making circular journaling spots. So there's another prompt, circles. So we have circles, white, 2 or more stencils. Yeah, so those are what I've done so far. So I'm just going over those with a couple of coats to make them opaque-er. They're still pretty transparent when they dry. but you can still tell that they're white and separate from the page. So that's all dry now, and I had picked out a quote sticker that I wanted to use that says it's the journey, not the destination, and I picked out this tag. It has kind of like a vintage ledger paper pattern to it, and it already had that lace on it, so I was like, perfect. I also picked up some vintage text paper. And I was going to use those labels, but I didn't need the color. I needed something more neutral. It seemed too busy. So I used the Tim Holtz vial labels, and I'm just making some spots for my dates when I do my journaling in the little spots. I also used my tiny attacher to kind of just add a little bit more of a rustic feel. I guess because I put that rusty hinge spray on there, I had to go all out, you know? So originally I was going to use my lips as the date covers, but I'm just using it as the date cover on the tip-in because it really didn't match the background that I did, and I didn't really think about that, but it looks okay on the tip-in, or at least I think it does. So now I'm just going to pick some washi to put it in there, and I chose a really kind of plain, sketchy text washi tape to put that in there. And then I tiny attached those lips on, and I also add a vial label tab on there too to make it kind of match all the other journaling spots. I know that this isn't like a traditional art journal page, but I don't know. I just like to do my own thing, and I think that's totally fine. This journal challenge isn't about putting you in a box. It's about breaking out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself, and I think that creating this page for me was maybe a little easier, not gonna lie. But it's just to show you guys that you don't have to just do a art journal page with a quote on it. You can make it your own and incorporate it into some written journaling or your everyday journaling if you don't just art journal. It's definitely a challenge for everyone. You can make it fit and work for you. So please don't be scared by the fact that it's technically an art journal challenge. As long as you make art in your journal, it doesn't matter how it looks in the end. So I felt that after I put those doodly borders around the circles to separate them from the page, that I needed a little border around it, but I didn't want to do lines. I felt like that was too much. So I just took an ink pad and inked the edges in some black, and it was subtle enough, and I like it. It worked really well. It was definitely the look I was going for. Then I took my Sharpie paint pen and just outlined the box on the acetate real quick. I didn't put anything on the reverse side of that tip-in because I'm just probably going to stick a photo there or something. I felt like I need a little more rusty hinge, so I took a piece of acetate that I cut off the tip-in, and I'm just putting the rusty hinge spray onto that acetate and smushing it down so it doesn't look so deliberately scribbled or like wiped on there. It's very splotchy, and I really like that look. And I also added some more of the antique bronze mica spray because I can never get enough. Never enough. And I believe that's it for my page, you guys. Yeah, so please do not forget to use the hashtag Take5Art or tag me in your art journal challenge page so that I can see what you did with this month's challenge. Don't be afraid to think about outside the box and make the challenges work for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I will catch you guys next time. Take care, guys, and don't forget to check out the ladies below. Bye!